Taurus, welcome to your Celtic Cross for the month of September. Thank you for being here. This is Empowered World Tarot. My name is Holly Christine. Let's get into it. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light, we thank you for your help today with Taurus's reading for whatever they need to know for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Feel free to exchange or reverse the energies as necessary. We're going to clarify everything, pull some advice at the end, as well as an oracle card. Let's see what's going on. Three of Swords is how you're starting out, Taurus. Crossed by the Seven of Pentacles. In your focus, the Ace of Pentacles. In the recent past, the High Priestess. In your strength, the Knight of Pentacles. In the immediate future, the Five of Pentacles. The energy supporting this reading, the Eight of Cups. The outside influence that you may or may not be aware of, the Six of Cups. In your hopes and fears, the Page of Wands. And the potential outcome, Two of Cups. The overall energy for your reading is the Eight of Swords. Stuck and confused, all up in your head, not knowing what to do, not being able to see it, and feeling trapped. Okay. And what brings us to this specific reading, the Three of Cups. Communing with others in celebration. All right, so let's talk about this baseline, and then we'll get into the meat of the reading with the clarifiers. So, you're showing up with the Three of Swords. This is heartbreak, absolute heartbreak, betrayal, emotional pain, and you are just really feeling it. Crossed by the Seven of Pentacles, so everything is paused right now, and you're assessing the situation, trying to figure out what's stable and what's not, how to get to where you want to go. In your focus is building more stability, a new opportunity to definitely bring something into your life and manifest something for yourself here. In the recent past, the High Priestess. It looks like you did some soul searching and some inner work, going within, trying to pay attention to that intuition, letting it guide you. In your strength, the Knight of Pentacles. So you're at a standstill now, or so it feels like, but you're actually making progress. You're facing the direction you would like to go, even if it feels extremely slow. That's okay with you. Slow and steady wins the race. You'll figure it out. You'll stand your ground, and it's reliable energy for you, for sure. In the immediate future, some sense of abandonment. You may be abandoning something, or something might be coming to an end, or has come to an end, and you're still dealing with the abandonment issue in the future, perhaps. We'll find out more with the clarifiers. Supporting this reading, though, disconnection, walking away. You're being called someplace else. Where you are is no longer enough. It was at one time, but it isn't anymore. The outside influence. You have a soul connection from the past here, showing up, influencing your situation. Somebody that you go back a long way with, you share a lot of history and love. In your hopes and fears, the Page of Wands. So this is about new inspiration. It's about focusing on new inspiration, feeling hopeful for it, curious about it, and you're laser focused on something here. And the potential outcome is the Two of Cups. Perhaps it's another soul connection, but perhaps it is this same soul connection from the past coming into your future. I'm not sure. Again, we'll find out with the clarifiers. It may not be the same. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and start clarifying. We're going to start with this Eight of Swords, the overall energy of your reading. Feeling stuck and confused and a little bit trapped. Not seeing how to get out of it. Show us the Eight of Swords, Spirit. What does Taurus need to know for the month of September with this stuck energy? All up in their heads, worried. Not knowing how to do what it is they want to do. How do they get out of something? Show us the Eight of Swords, please. What's going on? There it is. And we have the High Priestess, our first repeating energy. Strength. And the Hanged Man. So here you are trying to see how to get out of this trap. I'm going to call it a trap. You may not feel exactly a trap, but you are stuck. And you're trying to figure it out. And it's hard. It's not easy. And you have to tame your inner beast, which happen to be all of these thoughts that are holding you back, keeping you trapped. It's your own mindset. And the best thing to do is to listen to your intuition. What is your heart telling you? What is your soul telling you? We need to get out of the mind and into the heart. Heart and soul, baby. That's where it's at. That's going to help you find the answer to how to get out of this. But it's not easy to shut these thoughts off. They're just one right after the other. And we always look at the bottom to see what's bringing us here. It's tied up somehow to everything you ever wanted. Your stability, your relationships, where you live, what you want to do for work, any of that. It's really important, and it probably encompasses all of it. This feels almost life-changing, whatever's going on here. So it seems like it's tied up to everything. All right. I'm sure we'll refer back to this as the reading continues and unfolds and starts to make more sense. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this heartbreak, how you're showing up here, this Three of Swords. I'm sorry you're so heartbroken. What's going on? What does Taurus need to know? Show us the Three of Swords. We have the Page of Wands, our second repeating energy, coming up in the hopes and fears. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Hierophant. This is your major arcana card representing you empowered. The perfect match to the High Priestess over here. So if this is Taurus's major arcana, the High Priestess is Pisces' major arcana. Just in case you happen to be with one. You don't have to be. I'm just mentioning it because that's how these particular major arcanas relate to the astrology sign. However, we're going to talk about other meanings because it shows what you're in alignment with. And right now you're focused on self-care, Queen of Pentacles, self-healing, self-nurturing. You know you need it. You know you need to focus on yourself. You know you need to align with nurturing yourself, and your own well-being is at stake here. And you've been hurt really badly in this department. So you know what you need to. It's almost like I'm aligned with this right now because I'm feeling it very heavily, this pain. but I also know I need to focus on healing myself and re-empowering my own state, aligning for my highest good in my own stability and nurturing and well-being. And at the bottom, we have the Seven of Cups. So in doing this, there's a lot of options and choices for you to go about nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, but you're confused about which choices to make. Exactly. Which lines up with the confusion you are showing us over here, the energy of the entire reading, this Eight of Swords. All right. Let's look at what's crossing you is this assessment of your stability here, or the whatever the situation is. Let's see, the Seven of Pentacles. It's crossing you. It's in the challenge position. Show us the Seven of Pentacles. Assessing the situation, the challenge that you're in. What's going on? Seven of Pentacles. And we have the King of Swords. The Nine of Wands. And the Eight. Oh, no, that was there. And the Four of Wands. So and at the bottom we have the World. So yeah, something's coming to an end here. There's a cycle closing out, and you're calling in your logical mind. You're trying not to let your heart in on assessing the situation, because I think that just possibly frustrates you, makes you angry and sad. So you call in the King of Swords to logically make your decision here, but you're hurt, you're wounded, you're catching your breath, you're exhausted, you've been through a battle, and you're determined here. You're very determined to figure this out. It has to do with a commitment, possibly a marriage, the Four of Wands, a relationship commitment, and the stability of it. You're assessing the situation. You're trying to think as logically as possible, but you are coming from an unhealed place where you've experienced a lot of pain and you know you need healing, but you're not fully healed. And it is hard to assess accurately in so much pain, feeling so wounded. But nonetheless, that's what you're doing over here. You're trying to make a decision, maybe before you're actually ready, but that's okay. You'll take your time. You'll get there. And again, a cycle is closing out. Something's definitely come to an end here, or coming to an end. Let's take a look at in your focus, this Ace of Pentacles. It speaks to building stability, starting fresh, doing something at the very beginning. You know it'll need a lot of work. Show us the Ace of Pentacles in Taurus's focus, please. Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles. That's coming up in your immediate future. And at the bottom, the Knight of Wands. I don't know. This honestly looks like some kind of impulsive action that you are looking to take to build stability. We've got the card of deception. It's moving on in a deceptive way, making a move with deception, in collaboration with others. making plans to be deceptive with others. And the Five of Pentacles having to do with abandonment. Is that what you're doing? You're planning to leave, you're planning to end something, you're planning to close out a cycle, and you just are not going to do it in the most honest way as you contemplate and make plans. It does have something to do with building stability. But these are the energies that are here. It's deception, collaboration, and abandonment. Okay. If you say so. And we're acting out of our passions here. It's because you're angry, you're hurt, you're mad, you're frustrated, and so we are showing signs of impulsively responding to that. So it's like you're trying to come up with a plan to, is it somehow to abandon something, but it's not quite on the up and up. Let's take a look at the recent past, this High Priestess energy. It's here on the table twice. Show us the High Priestess. This is your intuition, going within, listening to your soul, your heart. Oh, let's see. I think you get extra cards here that came out. Either that, or some of you are dealing with a Pisces. You get 5 cards instead of 3. We have the Ten of Swords. There's our painful ending. It actually showed up at the bottom of the baseline. I just put it off to the side. But it's here. Painful ending. The Ace of Swords. A moment of truth and clarity came in. The King of Wands. Passionate action taken. The Two of Pentacles, doubt and a back and forth kind of energy, and the Four of Pentacles, holding on tight, not wanting to let go. So there's doubt, but there's something that, let's see, we have an ending, we have an opportunity for a moment of truth and clarity and being able to take action on it. The King of Wands steps in, takes some action. Then there's a little bit of a balancing act back and forth. A little bit of doubt showing up, followed by not wanting to let go and holding on tight to this. Okay. And at the bottom, Temperance. Balance and healing over time, over a long period of time. Requiring patience, which you're the master of, patience as a Taurus. Yeah. Harmony, balance, healing, patience, and a long time that these energies have been developing. All right. So you most recently gained some clarity. There was a painful ending, but you got clarity and your confidence grew about some action that you wanted to take, and then doubt set in, but then you're like, no, I'm not letting go of this. I'm going to hold on to this. Okay. Let's take a look at your strength. The Knight of Pentacles. Moving slow, feeling even halted, really, like you're at a standstill. Show us the Knight of Pentacles in Taurus's strength, please. Four of Swords. Five of Wands. And the Emperor. Represented by Edgar Allan Poe, because this is Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. So, and at the bottom, the Nine of Swords. Again, the Nine of Swords, very similar to the Eight of Swords, only a little bit worse. You're stressed out here. It's what brought us to this part of the lineup that has you halted because you're confused, you're stressed out, and you're feeling anxiety over this situation. But it shows that you are taking a time out to get your thoughts clear about all the conflict in your way. You're kind of arguing with yourself or battling with yourself in your own thoughts. It's like you'll have a thought and then you'll have another thought that conflicts with the first thought. Very much reminiscent of this Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, followed by the Five of Wands, is that energy also. Let me get my thoughts clear, and then they're jumbled up. An argument with oneself, with one's own thoughts. Um, Followed by the Emperor, you are doing everything you can to gain control over this. You're trying to strategize your way to something or through this situation. But again, you're feeling really stuck. There's a lot of energy that's on pause and halted and, reviewing the situation and going over it and over it and over it. You want to commune with someone or multiple people. You want to be able to get together and have it work out. Let's celebrate. Let's have a good time together. Let's enjoy each other's company. That's what brings us to this reading, this Three of Cups. So maybe that's what you're trying to strategize as you also are trying to exit something, close out a cycle and start something else. Is what it feels like here. Let's look at in your immediate future, this Five of Pentacles, this abandonment card. We saw it back here where you are trying to come up with something it looks like to abandon something. Show us the Five of Pentacles in Taurus's immediate future. We have the World, closing out a cycle. Yes. The Devil. The Two of Cups. Coming up in the potential outcome. That's that soul connection. At the bottom, the Ace of Cups. That's a new opportunity for happiness and joy and love and all kinds of great emotional feelings to overflow in your life. So that's what brings us here to this immediate future lineup where you're trying to close out an unhealthy cycle with a soul connection, something that's been toxic, something that has, there's a lot of love between you two. There's no doubt there's a soul connection here, but you're showing abandonment, that you want to abandon the unhealthy, toxic energy. You want a new opportunity with this soul connection, but it requires abandoning the unhealthy aspect that you have been experiencing with that soul connection. And again, it may be this person from your past that is coming in the future, and this unhealthy thing that happened, you just want to stop it. You want to stop the heartache, stop the pain, stop the toxicity, stop the unhealthy behavior patterns. You just want to stop it. You're like, I'm done with this, the world. I'm ready to stop it for good, not just temporarily. Like, I'm ready to wrap this up and start a new cycle of happiness and love with this Two of Cups. Okay. That seems like a great goal. to turn things around that have been toxic, uh, to abandon it. Let's take a look at this Eight of Cups and the supportive energy here of your reading. You're being supported to move on. You're being supported to walk away. You're being supported to turn your back on that which is no longer enough where you're at. It's no longer enough. You recognize it, and it looks like you want to head towards that Two of Cups and away from wherever you are that has just turned out to be not enough. Show us the Eight of Cups, please. Walking away, disconnecting, being called someplace else. My heart is someplace else, is what you're saying here. Okay, we have, oh look, the Ten of Cups. The Fool. The Knight of Wands. Okay, and at the bottom, the Three of Wands. You're waiting to be able to make your move here. And it's tied up to this over here because that Knight of Wands was the energy that showed up at the bottom over here. That this impulsive action, but it's not so much impulsive. It's just that you're responding from your emotional state. And it looks like you're enraged. You got a lot of fire in you here. It's a lot of passionate energy that is causing you to leave and head in this new direction. The new direction that you're heading towards, it looks like Ten of Cups, a happy homestead, happy family, the Fool, a brand new beginning. You may have had this happy family, blessings on the homestead where you were at, and it no longer feels that way. And so you're going to head towards the Ten of Cups. It's like you're heading away from it and heading towards it at the same time for a brand new start. With a lot of passion and a lot of energy. You almost feel it boiling inside of you, raging inside of you, and it's probably just building because you're showing us you have to wait. Three of Wands, you're waiting for this. You're waiting to embark on this journey. You're which makes sense. You're stuck where you are. You're confused, you're stuck, you feel trapped, like you can't move, you can't see how to get out of it. You're trying to look at things from every single angle, and even a deceptive one over here. How can I do it? Kind of thing. But there's probably more to it than just leaving and exiting where you're at. It's getting to where you want to go that has something to do with this. Let's take a look at the outside influence that is supporting the energies of what is going on here in your situation, Taurus. Show us the Six of Cups, soul connection from the past, influencing all of this. Six of Cups. There it is. And we have the Nine of Swords again. We saw it at the bottom back here. There's a lot of stress associated with this. Sleepless nights, crying. There's a lot of pain, unhealed pain associated with this. Unhealed pain. The Nine of Pentacles and the Magician. And at the bottom, the Eight of Pentacles. Well, This outside influence is repetitively working on this, or you're repetitively working on this outside influence here. The Nine of Swords, stressed out, feeling anxiety. There's a card of independence and being single here, and then a card of manifesting. Manifesting being single but stressed out about it. Anxiety, independence, manifesting. Lots of work, lots of repetitive work on this situation. So it's like rinse, repeat. Is this your soul connection from the past influencing this situation? They're stressed out. They're feeling anxiety. They're feeling worries, and they're single is what it looks like. They're independent. They're on their own. And they're manifesting from a place of repetitive work. Repetitive work. Whatever it is, they're on their own. They're on their own. Work, 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 work. Trying to clear up the anxieties, trying to stop the stress, trying to gain stability through repetitive action and manifestation. Okay. So that's what the soul connection from the past is doing, and somehow it's influencing this reading or your actions. Okay. Let's take a look at the hopes and fears. Page of Wands, please. Laser focused, open to a situation, a new interest is calling you. You can't take your eyes off of it. That's what's going on in your mind right now. And you're very curious. Show us the Page of Wands, please. Very curious in this new interest that you have. It's tied up to the Ten of Pentacles here. Six of Swords, going on a journey, going on a trip, heading someplace better. Four of Cups. So there's disappointment associated with this. There's some upset energy, focusing on all the things that didn't work out. And at the bottom, Seven of Pentacles. So you're very hopeful for a stable future. You're trying to figure out how you can leave and head this new direction. But you are showing us the upset and the heartbreak that is associated with this. It's like you're showing me that things didn't work out in the past, but there's hope. There's a glimmer of hope that you have here, and you're heading towards it. You are acknowledging the past, but you're also working on the future with this sense of hope. You're looking for it. You're hoping for it. And it is tied up to everything that you ever wanted, or rebuilding that or something like that. Anyway, you guys know what's going on. I'm just telling you the energies of the cards here. Let's take a look at the Two of Cups in the potential outcome. If all the energies stay the same and you head in this direction, what of the Two of Cups in the potential outcome? I know you want to get together with them. I already know that because you just want to leave where you're at and you feel stuck. And there's nothing that supports that Three of Cups, which is what brings us to this entire reading, except wanting to get together with someone. And it looks like this Two of Cups is it. This soul connection that had some very unhealthy energy tied up to it, but you want to close that out. You want to stop that and like head towards a brighter future with this. So you're hoping for the best. Show us the Two of Cups. There it is, and we have the Five of Cups. The Ace of Cups. The Three of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. There's the validation. Yes, this is correct. You do want to get together with them in good times. You want to celebrate. You want to you want to get together and have a good time, but it's not just that, it's more than that. You want a new opportunity for love and joy and happiness, brand new opportunity with this person. You have regrets from the past. Five of Cups. You're showing me here. Yeah, you're showing me once again, like back here, Four of Cups, but Five of Cups. You're saying things went really south and you suffered a lot of loss with this person or from this person, and a lot of heartbreak and pain, which again is how you showed up. I don't know if this is a different heartbreak or if you're talking about this same heartbreak from the past, but it's showing that you're stuck in the past when it comes to grieving this. You still grieve it. You haven't stopped grieving it, and you do have regrets about that. But the intention is for this new opportunity for love with this soul connection, and the Three of Cups. Let's make it good. Let's have a really good gathering with each other that we can celebrate. Your intentions look really nice. Let's look at the bottom. The Chariot, the vehicle to victory. The vehicle to victory, reaching your goal as fast as possible. This is what you want. This is exactly what you want. Yeah, your intentions look great, but you do feel stuck. You feel stuck where you're at for some reason. That's what you're trying to work through. How do I get from point A to point B? Basically, is what you're telling me, because you know what you want. You know where you've been. You know what you want. These moments are here. You've had moments of clarity. You know you want to build stability from the ground up. You know when you want new love from the ground up, but it's not with a new person. It's somebody that you know from the past that is stressed out in their own way as they are working on manifesting as a individual, independent, single person, trying to work on their own stability and mindset. It looks like they have their own issues over here, but you're just showing me who they are and how they're influencing you somehow. But yeah. Soul connections stay on our hearts forever, whether we're together or not. But you're showing me this person was, and you want them back in your life. You want another chance. You want a new start, a new beginning. You want a happy family with them. You want to live with them, marry them. Maybe you were married. I don't know, because that was here too. Let's get some advice, please, to close off this part of the reading, and then we'll pull an oracle card. So hopefully you can see everything from a bird's eye view and you feel validated for what you're going through. You know spirit is here. You know your spirit team is there for you to turn to ask for help, how to get unstuck. Ask them for guidance. They know what you're going through. You will get answers when you ask with your whole heart, and it looks like your whole heart is in this. You are emotionally definitely in this, invested. Advice spirit for Taurians who are going through these energies, please. Okay. Queen of Wands, magnetic attraction, and it goes both ways. Page of Swords, you're taking another look at it and preparing to take action. There it is. That's beautiful, Taurus. Look at that. It's a 10 of Cups. Blessings on your homestead, a happy family, joy, possibly marriage. And at the bottom, look, the Fool. It's a brand new beginning, a brand new start, a new adventure. You're ready to take a risk. And Spirit is saying, take the risk. Take the risk. This is advice. This is a closing message. Attract preparation for this happy family that you so much showed us that you desire here, what you want to head towards. It's really, really great energy. All right. An oracle card. This is from Ask Your Guides. Spirit, what message do you have for Taurus from Ask Your Guides? What do you want them to know most right now? There it is. We'll take the first one up. Opposition. Nature spirits. Card number 49. And here is your message. Concession, fairness, democracy, and neutrality. Your nature spirits remind you that no one is entirely good or bad. Every person has their own version of reality which may not necessarily agree with yours. Instead of arguing or feeling wronged by someone who refuses to see your point of view, open your mind and consider theirs. See the balance of light and shadow, rigidity and flexibility, receptivity and hostility in all people, including yourself. Although it's easy to feel indignant and defensive toward the one who opposes you, the truth is that no one is trying to harm you. Instead, your detractor simply supports their own interest and priorities, which are different from yours. Rather than reacting emotionally with argument, attack, or invalidation, seek to understand your opponent instead. Be mindful not to be overly centered or self-protective. Be fair-minded and relax your stance. Recognize their humanity and not just the part that opposes you. For example, what are your opponent's priorities? What are their needs? What might they fear in you? This standoff between you can be softened if you consider their motives as well as your own. Gain insight into your common interests. From there, you can move ahead. Compromise. Let your higher self communicate with your opponent's higher self, rather than antagonize their ego with combativeness. Allow your nature spirits to ease the tension between you. They will cool the hostile air and calm the ground under your feet so you both feel more stable and secure. There is an acceptable solution to this impasse if you ease your position and lighten your heart. Your nature spirit message to you: accept that your interests are no more or less important than those of people around you. So the only way to achieve resolution is through understanding and compromise. Okay, well, I hope that helps you make your decision on how to get going. And with that, I ask you for a like, a subscribe, to share your story, leave your energy here, share your message with others, how this might resonate with you. And I wish you guys all the luck in the world on this journey. And I look forward to reading for you next time. Take care, Taurus.